Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Most welcome to the class of International Financial Management. Dear students, in the last lecture, we studied international financial markets, international financial institutions. In the previous lecture, in lecture 5, we studied the exchange rate determinants. Today in lecture 6 we will discuss the currency derivatives. Dear students, if you remember, you are already familiar with the word derivatives. I hope you have studied in the previous semesters in different subjects the concept of derivatives. If you remember, in those subjects we studied derivatives but in different concept, little bit different concept. In those subjects we studied the derivatives, that these are the securities whose value is derived from the value of other assets. In those subjects we studied the derivatives regarding the assets, related to the assets. And what are these assets? These assets are the financial securities. It means that those derivatives were related to the financial securities, and the managers of the corporations were used to hedge or manage the financial risk by using derivatives. In those concepts we studied that derivatives are used to hedge the financial risk. The examples are the same. In those derivatives we studied the options, the futures, the forward. In today's concept, in international financial management concepts, the currency derivatives are also same. We also study the forward, the future, the option. The parts are the same, but there is little bit change, little bit difference, that those derivatives were related to the financial assets, and managers of those assets were used to hedge their financial risk. But today's derivatives are related to the currency, and the financial managers of the MNCs, the multinational corporations, are used to use derivatives to hedge the exchange rate risk. So this is difference. In those derivatives, managers are used to hedge the financial risk by using derivatives, and in currency derivatives, in today's lecture, we use the derivatives to hedge the exchange rate risk. So this was the little bit difference between the asset derivatives and currency derivatives. So let me start with the chapter objectives. Today we will discuss the forward contracts are used to hedge based on anticipated exchange rate movements. Second objective of currency derivative is to describe how currency futures contracts are used to speculate or hedge based on anticipated exchange rate movements. Third objective of today's lecture is to explain how currency options contracts are used to speculate or hedge based on anticipated exchange rate movements. So it means that we only discuss the forward contract in the first objective. The second objective is to explain the future contract, and the third option is to explain the option contract. The forward contract, we will discuss the forward contract, the future contract, and the option contract. Regarding currency, related to the currency. Now let me start with the what is a currency derivative. Dear students, currency derivative is a contract whose price is derived from the value of an underlying currency. In that derivative, we used to say that securities whose value is derived from the value of other assets or other security. Here we explain that a currency derivative is a contract whose price is derived from the value of an underlying currency. There was underlying asset, here is underlying currency. A currency derivative is a contract whose price is derived from the value of the underlying currency that it represents. Some individuals and financial firms take positions in currency derivatives to speculate on future exchange rate movements. MNCs commonly take position in currency derivatives forward to hedge their exposure to exchange rate risk. Their managers must understand how these derivatives can be used to achieve the organizational goal or the corporation's goal. Examples are forward contract, future contracts, and option contracts. Derivatives are used by MNCs to speculate on future exchange rate movements. It means that they speculate the movements of exchange rate in future time. They hedge exposure to exchange rate risk. What is hedge? Hedge is a generally conducted where a price change could negatively affect a firm's profit. So this is called hedge. So they hedge their exchange rate risk. Why MNCs use derivatives? Because of hedging their exchange rate risk. To control the exchange rate risk. To cover the exchange rate risk. All MNCs speculate on future exchange rate movements, and this exchange rate movements bring negative effect on the profit of the organization. So this negativity is avoided by the derivatives. How they avoid this negativity? How they avoid this negative effect on the MNC's goals or MNC's profit? By using derivatives. Clear? First concept, first contract of the derivative is forward market or forward contract. A forward contract is a contract or an agreement between a corporation and a financial institution. So this is agreement between financial institution and corporation. So what is financial institution? Financial institution is a bank. So this is agreement between a bank and a corporation. Forward for the purpose of to exchange a specified amount of currency. They exchange specified amount of currency with each other. Both of them agrees to exchange a specified amount of currency at a specified exchange rate called forward rate on a specified date in the future. So this is forward contract. Forward contract is a contract or is an agreement between financial institution and corporation. What they do? They used to exchange a specified amount of currency at a specified exchange rate, which is called forward rate, and on a specified date in the future. Clear? How MNCs use forward contracts? By hedging their imports, by locking in the rate at which they can obtain the currency. It means that they lock the imports. They hedge their imports. By a specified rate of exchange. There is an example of locking of imports or hedging of imports in your book, which I have provided in the first class. It's a long example. I will repeat for you. You can see, you can study this example from your book. In book, they say that Turds Incorporation is an MNC based in Chicago that will need 10 lakh dollars, Singapore dollars, in 90 days to purchase Singapore imports. It can buy Singapore dollars for immediate delivery at the spot rate of $0.50 per Singapore dollar. At this spot rate, the firm would need 5 lakh computed as 10 lakh Singapore dollars multiplied by 0.5 US dollars per Singapore dollar. It does not have the funds right now to exchange for Singapore dollars. It could wait 90 days and then exchange US dollars for Singapore dollars at the spot rate existing at that time. But Turds Incorporation does not know that the spot rate will be at that time. If the rate rises to $0.6, by then Turds Incorporation will need 6 lakh dollars, an additional outlay of 1 lakh dollars due to the appreciation of the Singapore dollar. To avoid exposure to exchange rate risk, Turds can lock in the rate it will pay for Singapore dollars 90 days from now without having to exchange US dollars for Singapore dollars immediately. Specifically, Turds can negotiate a forward contract with a bank to purchase 10 lakh Singapore dollars in 90 days forward. It means that MNCs use forward contracts for the hedging of imports. May negotiate on offsetting trade if an MNC enters into a forward contract, forward sale or forward purchase with the same bank. It means that they offset their trade with the bank if they entered in a bank with same sale and purchase forward contract. So they offset their trade. It means that they balance their trade. If the bank is same, then they make a forward sale contract and forward purchase contract with the same bank for the purpose of offsetting trade, for the purpose of balancing trade. Non-deliverable forward contracts. Non-deliverable forward contracts can be used for emerging markets. NDFs are used in emerging markets where no currency delivery takes place at a settlement. Instead, one party makes a payment to the other party. NDF represent an agreement regarding a position in a specified amount of a specified currency with a specified exchange rate and a specified future settlement date. There is no delivery, only one party makes a payment to the other party. So this is a non-deliverable forward contract. It is called NDF. Clear? Currency future market or future contract. Future contract is similar to forward contract in terms of obligation to purchase or sell currency on a specific settlement date in the future. In forward, we also said that it is an agreement between financial institution and with a MNC or with a corporation, and they sell or purchase a forward contract with a specific settlement date in some future time. But in future market or in future contract, we also say that purchase or sell of currency on a specific settlement date in the future. It means specific time in the future. But it differs from the forward contract in the standardization, on the base of standardization. The forward contracts are standardized, but the future contracts are standardized and the forward contracts are not standardized. They are based on individual needs. In future contracts, standardized number of units per contract we can see in exhibit 6.3, which is coming in the next slide. There is no standardized number of units per contract in the forward contract. Future contract offer greater liquidity than forward contract. It means that forward contracts are not able to sell immediately, but future contracts you can sell future contracts immediately. They are liquid than the forward contracts. Typically, the future contracts are based on US dollars, but they may be offered in cross rates. It means in different rates, commonly traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME. Clear? How MNCs or how corporations trade currency futures, firms or individuals can execute order for currency futures. Contract by calling brokerage firm. Brokerage firm use the future contracts, regulate the future contracts. Electronic trading platform facilitate the trade of currency futures. It means that there is a electronic trading platform. By that platform serve as a broker. This platform serve as a broker as they execute the trade desired. Currency futures contracts are similar to forward contracts and that they allow a customer to log in the exchange rate at which a specific currency is purchased or sold for a specific date in the future. The exhibit 6.3, which I before told you that we can see the difference between the forward contract and the future contracts. If we compare the forward contract with future contract on the base of size, the forward contract is prepared to individual needs. Before I told you, the forward contract is tailored or prepared for the individual needs, but futures are standardized. On the base of delivery, again the forward contract is prepared to individual needs, but futures are standardized. On the base of participants, banks are participants, brokers, multinational companies, public speculations are not encouraged. It means government organizations are not encouraged. But in future contracts with banks and brokers and multinational companies, qualified public speculations are also encouraged. On the base of security deposition, none as such, but compensating bank balance are lines of credit required. In forward contract, the banks require the line of credit. It means that the broker or the bank who make a contract or an agreement with the company must have a huge deposition with the bank. This is called line of credit. But in future, small security deposition is required. There is a small security deposition. On the base of clearing operation, handling contingent on individual banks and brokers. No separate clearing house functions. But in futures, handled by exchange clearing houses. Daily settlements to the market price. These clearing houses make daily settlement to the market price. On the base of marketplace, forwards are traded in telecommunication network and futures are traded on the central exchange floor with worldwide communication. On the base of regulation, they or forwards are self-regulated, but futures are regulated by the regulatory companies, regulatory commissions such as Commodity Future Trading Commission and National Future Association. They regulate the spot rate, they regulate all the future contracts, but forward contracts are self-regulated. On the base of liquidation, most settled by actual delivery, some by offset at a cost. But the futures are most by offset, very few by delivery. It means that liquidation in forward contracts is very low. Futures are more liquid than the forward. Why? Because most settled by actually delivery, some by offset in forward, and the futures are most by offset, very few by delivery. On the base of transactions cost, the transaction cost is set by spread between banks and banks buy and sell prices. The spread, the difference between the buy and sell price, is transaction cost for the forward, but for the future, the negotiated brokerage get extra fees for the transaction of the future contracts. So these are the differences, these are the comparison of forward and future contracts. I hope you got the message, you got the knowledge about the forward and future. How firms use currency futures? Purchasing futures to hedge payables. The negative effect of the payable is hedged by the future contracts. The purchase of future contract locks in the price at which a firm can purchase a currency. And selling of future contracts is used to hedge receivables. It means that when currency future contract is sold, the purpose of selling the future contract regarding currency is hedging of receivables. The sale of future contracts locks in the price at which a firm can sell a currency. Next, closing out a future position. Seller or buyer of a currency future can close out their position by buying or selling identical future contract prior to settlement. Prior to settlement, you can sell or you can buy your future contract. Most currency futures contracts are closed out before the settlement date. Before the settlement date, you can sell or you can buy your contract, future contract. This is the close out of a position. Currency option market. If you remember, you have studied the option. In option, we said that there is a right with the seller of the financial security. In the financial management and in corporate finance, we studied that option is a contract with right to there is a right with the seller of the contract or seller of the financial security. It's a right to purchase or sell currency specified prices. Option exchanges were firstly offered in 1982 in exchanges in Amsterdam, Montreal and Philadelphia first allowed trading in standardized foreign currency options. But from then the options are offered by different organizations in the international market regarding the currency. In 2007, the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, and CBOT, Chicago Board of Trade, merged to form CME Group, Chicago Mercantile Exchange Group. This Chicago Mercantile Exchange Group became international. They offer the option exchange contracts internationally. Exchanges are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission in the US. So these are the option exchanges markets. There is over the counter market also, where currency options are offered by commercial banks. Commercial banks offer option contracts, and brokerage firms. Brokerage firms also offer the option contracts. Unlike the currency options traded on an exchange, the over-the-counter market offers currency options that are prepared to the specific needs of the firm. Currency call option. Call option is the against form of the put option. In call option, grant the right to buy a specific currency at a designated strike price or exercise price within a specified period of time. If the spot rate rises above the strike price, the owner of a call can exercise the right to buy currency at the strike price. So this is call option. This is right with the seller of the contract, but the buyer of the option pays a premium to the holder of the call option. Firm uses currency call options to hedge payables, to hedge project bidding, to lock in the dollar cost of potential expenses, hedge target bidding of a possible acquisition, and speculate on expectations of future movements in a currency. Currency put option. This is against the call option. The put option grants the right to sell a currency at a specified strike price or exercise price within a specified period of time. So put option is a right with the holder of the contract. In call option, the seller of the contract had right, but in put option, the buyer of the contract have a right. If the spot rate falls below the strike price, the owner of a put can exercise the right to sell currency at the strike price. The buyer of the option pays a premium. Hedging with the currency put option. Corporations with open position in foreign currencies can use currency put options in some cases to cover these positions. Some put options are deep out of the money, meaning that the prevailing exchange rate is high above the exercise price. These options are cheaper, have a lower premium, as they are unlikely to be exercised because their exercise price is too low. Other put options have an exercise price that is currently above the prevailing exchange rate and are therefore more likely to be exercised. Consequently, these options are more expensive. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, dear students. I hope you got today's lecture. You got knowledge about today's lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Have a nice day.